I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. Come on in, everybody. If you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know, because right now I can't see y'all. So what's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to bring y'all the latest in news and reality TV tea. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know, please, and thank you, by putting your city, your state, your country, your island, your continent, wherever you are from, into the chat real quick so that I can give you a shout out. Please and thank you. What is up, Lady D Keys? Hold on one second, y'all. I don't like that I can't see my audience. I don't know what's going on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, what's up, Lady D Keys? Welcome to the chat. You guys, Lady D Keys is a volunteer. She's volunteering her time as a moderator. If you see anybody with a wrench behind their name, make sure you say hello to them, okay? And all you have to do is hit the like button and share the video. I don't care if we have different opinions. Just keep it respectful, okay? What's up, Jacqueline from Maryland? How are you? What is up? Is it Letitia? I believe it's pronounced Letitia. Welcome to the chat. Child, y'all see it. We are talking about T.I. and Tiny. We are also talking about B. Simone and some other things, okay? What's up, Stone Mountain? That's here in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. What's up? Come on in, and make sure y'all take that poll at the top of the chat too. What is up, Clarksdale, Mississippi? Nice to have you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Lady D Keys. Child, my heart dropped when I saw that news. We're going to talk about it. We forget that the power is in the judge's hands, child. And I'm going to tell you right now, ever since the judgment came out, first awarding them, I believe, $79. So I think it's $79 million. Child, they have been spending that money like it was in the bank already. Party. T.I. already resigned, everything, okay? Come on in. Hello, everyone. That's some bullshit. It is. It really is. Come on in. Carolyn, what's up? Greenwood, Mississippi. Nice to have you. Child. But we're going to talk about that along with some other stories. Make sure that you take the poll at the top of the chat, because I just want to see what the people are feeling, okay? Yesterday when I talked to y'all about the Diddy trial, I told y'all that the judge in that case, he appeared to have been saying, listen, I'm not going to over sentence him. I want both sides, the defense and the prosecution, to bring me cases where, previous charges for what he's been convicted of. So we want to know what those charges were, and also what the history of whoever it is that you're bringing. So that basically, if they had a criminal history, bring that. And I was like, this very much sounds like he is trying to let people know he's not going to overcharge, right? But then we have some judges, even if they win the case, they can mess things up. What the heck happened? Well, we're going to talk about it, okay? Listen, we're going to talk about a bunch of money. A judge snatched some money from T.I. and Tiny. But we're going to talk about a bunch of money today. So like I said, hit that like button. Let me see where you guys are. How many people have taken the poll? Okay, good. Keep taking that poll. I told you I was going to put myself on screen too. So let me do that, child. Hold on. Take that down. Let's see. I don't want to scare the folks. Come on in. Watch Diddy. What? Let him walk out. Ooh, you think? We're going to talk about it. Come on, come on, come on. We're at the 5-minute marker. A lot of people wait for the 10-minute marker. I'm going to get started though. I'm not going to let you guys wait around any longer. We're going to talk about a couple of stories. I'm going to get some news stories in first. Starting with, let's start with this one right here. I don't know if y'all had an opportunity to see this, but this just reminds us that we got food at home, okay? We got McDonald's money. We don't have McDonald's money. We got food at home. But there was a man here in Georgia who was hospitalized after eating at American Deli. That's at least what he's accusing. He's saying that he ate over there at the American Deli and he ended up with salmonella poisoning, okay? And he said because he ate there, he had to undergo 3 emergency surgeries. 3 emergency surgeries, child. Anyway, I think that we don't think about the way we need to anyway. That eating food can kill us. What we put in our bodies sometimes can take us out of here, okay? So just so you know, those little holes in the wall, and no offense to American Deli, it's definitely a hole in the wall. I've never eaten there just because it looks like a hole in the wall. But they're saying, someone said which one? It says the one off of Highway 81 in McDonough. Okay. And he said that he ended up going there, had some chicken wings, child, and it almost took him right out of here. It almost took him right out of here. 3 emergency surgeries. He said he almost passed away. This is just a reminder, just a reminder. It's okay not to eat sometimes. It's okay not to eat. Make sure you pay attention to what you put in your mouth. Make sure you don't cross-contaminate. Cleanliness is important. Sometimes it don't just come out as a little boo-boo at the toilet. Sometimes you are in the hospital. Sometimes that food poisoning will take you right off of this planet, okay? But he even said he had sent a text over to the people over there at that American Deli location. And he said that they ignored him and left him on red. He said, you guys, I ate something here that caused me to get an infection. Now I'm in the hospital getting surgery. I've already had 2 surgeries already. A 3rd one is on the way. This is crazy. And I love American Deli. And then he put a picture of himself there. And then he said, damn, y'all just going to leave me on red. Okay. Your sons eat from there, but it's a whole restaurant in Stone Mountain. Okay. Well, child, don't forget, this is stuff that people used to tell us all the time at least when I was little, like, child, make sure you pay attention to what you eat. It's okay to be picky. It's okay to be picky because at the end of the day, it can make you sick. Now, we'll have to see what happens next because I saw that he was in the comment section making some comments. Has chairs and spacious. Okay. I saw that he was in the comment section, but he's not out the woods yet if he's getting a 3rd surgery. But a lot of people were sharing their experiences in this comment section. If y'all want to go read it, this is coming from where? Spiritual World. Yep. So yeah, sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves the way we should. Let's move on to another story real quick because this also shocked me. This story right here. I'll put it on pause. Earlier today, a story came out. I think this lady is in Detroit, Michigan. Am I right? In the Detroit area, where a lady, they worked at McDonald's. And a manager lost her life to one of her employees who she had sent home. I guess she felt like she wasn't doing the job she was supposed to do. She had sent her home. The young lady that you see with the red hair there got in a car, decided to do a TikTok video complaining about her boss. And then 5 minutes later, after being sent home, she walked back in with a knife and stabbed her boss 6 times and took this lady's life. This lady was a mother of 6, okay? All because she was upset. So this is coming by way of Neighborhood Talks. but it said that a mother of 6 was brutally unalived at her job by a fellow employee. It was actually her subordinate in East Point, Detroit or Michigan, okay? 39-year-old Jennifer Harris was a longtime manager of 9 Miles McDonald's, where she had worked there for over 15 years. And then on Thursday morning, so that was yesterday, a verbal disagreement between her and her 26-year-old employee took place inside of the restaurant and unfortunately turned deadly after the employee came in wearing a ski mask and viciously attacked her manager. She said that her manager was screaming and running for help. The manager's name again is Jennifer Harris. And then a witness in the set saw this in the drive-through. Okay, the witness was in the drive-through, saw the lady run out with the ski mask. He got out of his car, pulled a pow on her, and made her sit there until the police came. So he decided to help out in that situation, and thank God, so that she wasn't running amok, and who knows what else she would have done, because she was probably would be scared and on the loose. But listen, people, oh my goodness. Let's see. Now this makes sense. This makes absolutely no sense. I agree with you, Jacqueline. It makes absolutely no sense. 26 years old. This lady has literally thrown her entire life away. Go outside with a game plan. Okay. I don't care where you're going to work, to get carry out, whatever it is, have a game plan on what you want to achieve. If it's to go to work and get your paycheck, then you got to take instruction. And if they tell your ass to go home, go home. Go home. You work at McDonald's. If McDonald's isn't working for you, get an application at Burger King or Popeyes or wherever. You don't have to stay there. But taking a person's life is just crazy. But yeah, this is what's going on with her. So we shall see what happens next. And like I said, it was definitely premeditated, because she got in the car after she was sent home and did a whole video about how her manager was too bossy and some other shit. Who knows? But anyway, that manager was there for 9 years before she took her life. So that's unfortunate. Let's see. Let's get to another story real quick. Who else do I want to talk about? Let's talk about this, child. Jeffrey Epstein. Listen, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to it, but we need to keep all eyes on it, okay? I believe 2-3 days ago, the DOJ came out and said there was no list of clients, being business people, political people, entertainers. There was no list of clients in a little black book that I guess belonged to Jeffrey Epstein. And I guess these people would frequent the island and possibly partake in certain illegal activities with children. Okay. But they're saying that book doesn't exist. And a lot of people were alleging that the president of the United States was also involved, or his name was in the book. Y'all can go on the internet right now and Google. There's at least 5, 6, 10 pictures of Jeffrey and Trump together. And people said that he used to frequent the island all the time. Knowing that all of this mess went down there, it just seems real odd to be frequenting there all the time. But business people, politicians, and others who probably had a real, strong reason to take Jeffrey out of this world before he started talking and looking for a deal. Okay. Long story short, they said that the man unalived himself. There was no foul play involved, and that no black book or any ledger exists. Okay. Including, I think, the manifest for the plane, all of that has disappeared. All of it. So Ty said that Obama was also there. You think that Obama was partaking in some child activities, Ty? Let me know. Put it in the chat. I would love to know. But now there are people who are saying, listen, I've seen the manifesto. I've seen it. I know the list of people that were on it. Hold on, let me see if I can find this real fast. I've seen it. I saw the list of people that were on it. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me put this down. Ooh. This is a Harvard professor. I'm going to read this to you. Harvard law professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz says that I know for a fact that the Epstein documents are being suppressed and that they are being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they are being suppressed. I know who's on them, but I am bound to confidentiality because of the judges in this case. I can't disclose what I know, but he said, hand to God, I know all the names of the people in those files. And he said that they are names of politicians and business leaders, both. And everything that you believe is most likely true. Okay. So that is a text that I am reading from a Harvard law professor, just an FYI. But now it is being reported that the tape that the DOJ used to say, hey, this man unalived himself, they're actually saying that that tape has been altered. This is what is coming out on this report that I'm reading to you right now. It says that the United States Department of Justice this week released nearly 11 hours of what was considered raw surveillance footage from a camera positioned by Jeffrey Epstein's prison cell the night before he was found unalive. The release was intended to address conspiracy theories about Epstein's apparent suicide. However, they are saying that they could tell that the video was actually altered. It was modified. They said that there were several professional editing tools that were used, including Adobe Premiere, and that the file appears to be assembled from at least 2 different clips. So this is what is coming out right now. Experts caution that it's unclear what exactly changed, but they do know that the video did change. They could tell that these videos were stitched together to make one continuous clip. Now, mind you, this is 11 hours worth of video. 11 hours worth of video. Okay, side-eyeing this professor. His history ain't clean either, allegedly. Well, tell me what you know, Jacqueline. Don't just give us a little bit. Give us all the bits. Give us all the bits, okay, girl? Anyway, it says that this is what we need to know. A lot of people are getting upset about what's going on in the legal system, but we should be paying attention to everything. Anyway, we shall see. See, y'all saying little things, but you're not giving us the whole story. I watched the clock go from 11:58 to 12 a.m. So you saw that it did jump from 11:58 to 12 a.m. on the footage. That's what you're saying. Okay, girl. I believe you. I do feel like it's a cover up. I think most people think it's a cover up. I think people feel helpless and they don't know what to do about it because you feel like you are fighting the government. But a lot of people need to have foot on necks. We actually elect these people. We should be demanding that Congress look for the truth, that they demand the truth. This is bullshit, period. Period. Okay? We get caught up in these little things that we try to change, but really it's the big things like this that really F with our lives. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that really F's with our lives. Anyway, keep talking in the chat. Let's move on. Let's talk about this one right here. B. Simone. Are there any B. Simone fans in the chat? Put a 2 in the chat if you like B. Simone. She is a social media star, comedian. I think she might rap or sing. I think she's done some movies, had a couple of TV shows on Zeus Network. Self-made for the most part. Thank you, Marnice. I appreciate you. Self-made millionaire. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. She's been getting a really bad rap after she did an interview with a friend of hers who definitely was trying to air her ass out. Let's put it out there, okay? She definitely wanted to air her out. She definitely wanted to make her look bad, and she got her way. Um, B. Simone came on thinking she was doing a friend of a solid, doing a favor for her. I guess her friend had started a podcast and she came on as a guest. And the friend said, listen, I had some hard times, some dark times, and I was sitting here watching you give everybody else money, but you wouldn't help me. And she said it in a way that you can tell she wanted to make B. Simone feel some kind of way. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Maybe B. Simone didn't know at the time, or maybe they have a little friendship rivalry going on. Who knows? But unfortunately for B. Simone, she did get caught out there saying shit like, well, I want everybody to eat and I try to put people on. And, if I'm a millionaire, I want you to be a millionaire. If I'm a millionaire, I want you to be a millionaire. But she's a young woman who's trying to figure out life and her money. And one of the things she need to figure out is that money ebbs and flows, right? You're going to have days when you are making it, and you're going to have some times when shit is low. And hopefully you put enough away so when the money isn't coming in the same way it used to, you know what I'm saying? You will be able to survive it, right? Well, unfortunately for her, I don't think she understands that part. Maybe she thinks that money's always supposed to be high. But she was on her friend's show talking about how she went from shopping at Neiman Marcus to H&M and making it seem like she was in this high and mighty place, which was a dumb thing to do. And now she's feeling bad about it. And all I have to say, B. Simone, is if you want to be a truth speaker, then you're just going to have to call a thing, because it is what it is. You made your living on the internet. You've been called out a couple of times. I think the last time she had a little controversy in her life, it was because didn't she steal someone's book? I think she plagiarized a book. Like there was somebody who wrote a book and she took the entire thing and put her name on it. So she knows what it is to be out there a little bit. But right now she is trying to clap back at fans. She's trying to clap back at people that might not even like her that much and make it seem like people got it wrong when she said that she was struggling a little bit. Check this out.
I was broke. Hold on now. I didn't use those words. I know I didn't. I didn't say I was broke. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
She's definitely obnoxious, okay? She's definitely obnoxious. So right now she's wanting people not to think that she's broke. Well, baby girl, you're the one who said you went from Neiman Marcus to H&M like it was several steps down. All I'm saying is you just have to realize what you're saying to the public. Maybe recognize who your true friends are, because for as many people that was hand clapping for that friend saying, oh, you should have given your friend money, that friend knew exactly what she was doing when she dragged Simone like that. So I just thought it was a little shitty to do, but she's feeling away right now. Let's see. B. Simone is a thief and a liar. Okay. So listen, there's some people that don't like her very much. I don't follow B. Simone at all, but she's young. Young people are going to misstep. That's just a part of life. Hell, you can be old as hell and misstep. It is what it is. But I want to put that story out there. The other story I want to talk to y'all about is Miss Manny Hostin and her husband, Manny. If y'all did not hear, a couple of months ago, maybe a month or two ago, Manny got caught up in an insurance fraud. At least that's what he was being accused of. Okay. Let's see. The truth will always outshine a lie. That's absolutely right. I would say just figure out a way to own it. It's the best thing to do. Just own it. Okay. Manny in trouble. Manny's not in trouble. That's what I'm about to tell you. So this insurance company was looking. He was actually put in a fraud. It was him and 200 other defendants who were accused of defrauding Medicare and insurance companies, right? They were saying that they were receiving all kind of kickbacks, and it was millions upon millions of dollars. Manny happened to be one of the people that were involved, and the government put a RICO on him. Okay, a RICO. He has been charged. Well, as of today, he has been uncharged. Okay, from what I'm understanding. The insurance company by the name of American Transit said that Hostin was no longer being investigated. Furthermore, they also said that they deeply regret any public speculation against Manny Hostin, his wife, Sonny Hostin, and their children, which may have resulted from the lawsuit. So look, Sonny got friends in high places. They're now saying that it was just an accident that his name was put in there because he happened to work under, I guess, a surgery center. And because he worked under that same surgery center, he was included. Now they have released him from any speculation. But my guess would be whatever they said he stole, he's about to receive in restitution. Because listen, I'm sure that his practice suffered following that accusation, and he's about to sue. 1,000%. She's an attorney. Okay. Well, she did say she was about to sue the hell out of him. I remember that. But yeah, as of right now, the insurance company is retracting it, and they've taken his name out of the RICO. How often does that happen, that your name get pulled out of the RICO? Out of the RICO. That is crazy. Let's see. Someone's still talking about, she said she did her best friend wrong. Her name was Megan B. Simone and Megan had no what? Sonny is a former federal prosecutor. So you're saying to me, am I reading between the lines, Simply Susie, that maybe she had some friends in some high places that pulled her husband's name out of it and forced the insurance company to retract and apologize? We'll see. If there's no legal action that comes following this, because I would think there would be, but if there's no legal action coming behind this, you might be right. But they did say the insurance company has now dropped the RICO, publicly apologized to, publicly apologized to both Sonny and her husband, and they've agreed to pay money that he was owed. Turns out he was only named because he had a small stake in the surgery center. Not only was the lawsuit dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can't even bring it back, but the company also said that they deeply regret any speculation or damage that may have been caused to Sonny. Sonny and Dr. Hostin and their family. They apologized to Sonny, her husband, and the children. Who said they don't get paid? I just read that they're about to pay him what he lost. That's a part of the article. They're going to pay him money he was owed. So if his name is a part of that surgery center, he probably should be included in the lawsuit. How many other people get to get out of that situation? Hell, nobody. Okay, listen, let's get on to the next story. I'm like the late Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Well, we're about to talk about the next thing. You'll have to catch up later, okay? But let's talk about T.I. and his wife, Tiny, real quick. I live in New York. He has credentials to operate out of that facility. Yeah, listen, if you own stock in a facility, you could, as a private citizen, you could own stock in that facility. He's a doctor that owns stock there. So if he owns a part in the facility, he should have an interest in what's going on. I would think that would keep his name in it, but apparently not. But look, let's talk about these two real quick. This is Tiny and T.I. Listen, y'all know that these two have been celebrating all year long, okay? Dancing on the ceiling, celebrating. Dancing on the ceiling, celebrating about that $79 million that they won against MGM for basically copywriting the OMG girls, okay? So they were doing these dolls that look very similar to Brat dolls. And Tiny and T.I. think, have already done 3 trials. I think 3. The first 2 were deadlocked. They kept taking it to court. This last time, they were awarded $79 million. $79 million. And then a judge came in and said, that's too much. Okay, let me make sure I get this right, because the numbers kept dropping. The numbers kept dropping. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, actually it was 71.4 million. Happy Friday. It's 365 in the chat, 90 likes, baby. Thank you, Ty. Hit the like button, damn it. 392 of y'all are here. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. We are talking about how you can do the right thing, take shit to court, and still lose. And that is what is going on right now with T.I. and Tiny. And make no mistake, if this was a regular person who had to pay, had to go to work, live their life, pay a lawyer, do you know how easy it is for a big corporation to basically stump you out by keeping something in court so that you can't afford it anymore? You can't afford to go to court anymore. This is exactly what is happening right now. Except T.I. and Tiny have money, right? Except T.I. and Tiny have money. So their settlement went from 71.9 million to 53. Someone came in and said, nah. And when I say someone, I mean a judge. A judge came in and said, this is too high. This is too high of an award. Even though the jury said this, the jury got it wrong. And I asked y'all at that poll at the top, I said, tell me what y'all thought about this, right? Is it fair for a judge to come in and reduce a jury's reward to $1? 22% of y'all said, yeah, the judge has final say. So you'll accept whatever the judge says. Now, I don't know how much money MGM made from this. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay, I can't find an exact reward from MGM, or I can't find an exact amount that the company made, because that company made money on those dolls, you guys. The company made a lot of money on the dolls, and I'm going to assume that when they took it to court, they were saying, listen, these dolls are, this likeness belongs to us. They copyrighted our shit. And so the jury had to take that in consideration, how much the company that stole from them made versus how much they believe the victim should be rewarded. Okay, so let's put that out there. The first amount of money they were given was 71 million. And when they walked out that courtroom, Tiny said, or T.I. said, I retired today. No, he said, I got one more concert to do, and I'm not doing any more concerts. Hold on. Okay, hold on. B. Simone, a #1 podcast, and she ended their business and friendship on the camera. The young mother of two moved to Georgia to work their business. She really did do her dirty. The girl was going through a divorce. Okay. The company made millions. Facts. The company made a lot of money. This happens a lot. This has happened a lot in history with Black people having certain ideas and corporations coming in to this very day, stealing it. And there's not a lot that you can do because you may not have the money or the resources to fight it. This is important, okay? Because a lot of inventions and shit that's going to start coming up in these next couple of years, once we hit rock bottom with what's going on in this country, you're going to want to keep your eyes on stuff like this. You want to pay attention to it, okay? So just so y'all know, the company made millions off the girls, and I think that the judge is racist because why would you, a judge in Tampa, why would you tamper with what the jury did because you don't want them to have it? Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? That's my point. Listen, we don't want to think so, but judges can be paid off too, correct? Judges can be paid off too. But anyway, it says that the initial reward was 71 million. That's what the jurors said. Then a judge out of California came in and significantly reduced that jury's original award, bringing it down to 53.6 million in punitive damages. Then it went from 53 today. It went from 53 million to $1. Did y'all hear me? $1 is what he's saying that you should be rewarded. He said that there was insufficient evidence to prove that the MGA Entertainment acted willfully in their copyright of the OMG Girls likeness. The judge, this was a jury trial. This was a jury trial. This was their third jury trial, by the way. And he told T.I. and Tiny today or yesterday that they can take that dollar or they can bring it back to court for another trial. And they said they're going to bring it back to court. They're going to bring it back to court. He literally took it from 71 million to 53 million to $1. That is fucked up, okay? Let's see. Remember, a judge did the same thing to that Black lady that won a huge discrimination case against FedEx in Memphis, going from 250 to 6 figures with prejudice. So she had no recourse. Okay, Lisa Love, thanks, girl, for bringing it up. This happens more than we actually know. Period. We love to say, take it to court, take it to court, take it to court. But baby, when I tell y'all, I don't know where this money comes from when people say take it to court. Court cost, okay? There's court fees. There's fees that you got to pay an attorney. Attorneys are not cheap. And then imagine thinking you won something. Imagine thinking you won something. And like I said, I follow them. They party, okay? They have been partying hard since that first verdict of 71 million. Then someone takes 20 million off and you like, shit, I'm still rich. I'm still rich, right? You are trying to figure out how to give money to your children because a lot of people were asking Tiny. I remember her responding to them saying, listen, that money belongs to your kids. That belongs to the OMG girls. She was putting trust aside for her children so that they can have what they're supposed to have in life. And then somebody says to them yesterday, we're going to take it from 53 million to $1. And if you want, you can take it back to court. But as of right now, that's my judgment. And you can't fight the judge. You can't fight the judge. Judge probably thought T.I. was too arrogant. Is that a reason? Is that a reason, child? What are we talking about? Oh my gosh. It's unacceptable and sounds like somebody was paid off. I hope that they file a complaint with the bar and take it back to court and change venues. Well, honestly, I don't think that they can do anything about it once a judge says it. I was looking up, once a judge's decision is made, can you overturn a judge's decision? This has happened 3 times. 3 times. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Judges should not have that much power. Child, they're the judge. They're the judge. They get to say whatever. We are in a bad spot. We vote these judges in, by the way. It's not like they're just seated. They are voted in. We vote for judges. Vote for judges. We vote for our DAs, our prosecutors. We put them in office. We just don't, most of us don't care enough. The ones that should, let's put it that way. The ones that should, we're not paying attention. We're not looking at their record. We're not looking to see what type of lawyer they were, because lawyers become judges, and we need to see what their cases look like. We need to see what they used to do. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I would think so. Look up the judge's history. Judges, yeah, are lawyers. Lawyers become judges. They are appointed, and we vote in Georgia. We vote in our local judges. Then they're appointed by the president, right? And we learned all of this when Hillary Clinton was running, and she said, "Listen, this is probably one of the most important elections that you're ever going to have, because there's a lot of judges that are up for re-election, and you cannot have those judges moved from their seats by the wrong judge," right? We don't do our research, correct? We have to put this information out here so that people know. Put this information out here so that people know. Tiny and T.I. are taking this back to court. I don't know what their pockets look like. I assume that they were rich before this settlement. However, they have had enough money to keep it in court those last 3 times, bringing it to a court for a 4th time and hoping that it, swings their way. And what's from stopping another judge from doing exactly what he did in this case? I mean, that's what the pure definition of being railroaded by the law, by the legal system. Voting at the local level is so important. Most important. It decides everything that you do in your community. I say this all the time. I've probably said this on this channel a lot. I worked in politics for 9 years. The most eye-opening experience I've ever had. I used to come home and tell my husband stuff. Everything that you watched on TV happens in real life times a million. If anybody ever watched The Wire, I kid you not. Okay. Everything, bodies in trash cans, the whole 9. I used to come to work shaking sometimes. Shaking. I could not wait to get out of there. I lost hair. I was 2 pounds, child. By the time it was all said and done, I've never seen anything like that shit in my life since. We are real ignorant to what these people do and say over us. That's why I said people who are like, Heavenly shouldn't be in politics. That's the type of person that should be in politics, a Heavenly. Somebody who can call a thing, okay? You can't be nice. People are literally wheeling and dealing over your life every single day. They decide if you can pave your damn driveway, if you have a speed bump on your street, if there's a stop sign on the corner. Everything that you do in your life is decided by politics. Let's see. If they can prove that the judge has done this before to others that are Black, then maybe they can bring up charges against the judge. Even the judge has to answer to someone. Let's see. Listen, this is a type of, let me put that down. This is a type of stuff that happens. And like I said, it's great that it's out there in the public. Maybe it'll put another set of eyes on it. But we see this happen all the time. They just gave us a case that happened. And Who's bringing the charges? Who has the money to do that? We have to think about how all this stuff starts and rolls out. Let's see. Wow, just because you're a judge does not mean that they are doing the right thing. This is literally robbery. We keep seeing these things happen and we're not paying attention. I'm paying attention, baby. I'm paying attention, and I'm telling you right now, that's why I'm like, we gotta decide what's important. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit that's entertainment, and there's some things that happen in life that's gonna happen to us in real life. You know what I'm saying? Um, Ti and Tiny had a housing development in a low income neighborhood. They do a whole lot for the Black community. That judge is crazy, and I hope they take it back to court. They are taking the case back to court. They did decide when he said you can take this dollar or you can refile. They said we're refiling. That day they said we're refiling. Okay, so they are fighting it. But y'all know how this works. That's why when people are like, you did a crime or you have a case that's going before a judge, people research that judge to see if they can get a fair shake, right? Maybe they can appeal to a higher court for review. Maybe we have to see. We have to see. What's karma? What's karma, Marlon? Tell me what you mean by that. I'm so here for Heavenly and Phaedra going into politics. Listen, y'all know the saying, closed mouths don't get fed. You want to go, listen, how many of you have even been to a city council meeting for your city? How many people have even been to one? Like, if y'all knew the type of shit that happens at that level, a city hall meeting, every once in a while, they'll show you something on social media or whatever, but you got to go and see how these people look at each other when they're talking about what happens in neighborhoods and what happens to you, who gets a grocery store and who has to travel 30 miles to the nearest grocery store, who gets a bus stop in a community where, it's a bunch of single mothers with no transportation or no cars. It is so cutthroat, you would not believe. And if you don't have somebody that looks like you fighting for you, you're in trouble, period. And I know that this bores people, and so they end up leaving the channel or whatever, but it's the truth. It's 1,000,000% the truth. And we have to get involved, period. Let's see. Judges are more powerful than the president. It's a big mess. You said it, Sarah. Let's see. Let's see. She said storyline, but we love to see it. Go, Dr. Heavenly. If they put that much money, they got to put more money into Heavenly running for office than she actually gets paid in a check. Child, absolutely not. Let's see. They still have multiple housing units. T.I. owns apartments in an apartment complex with Killer Mike in Bankhead. I remember when they were doing that, and I watch a lot of what Mike, I know they call him Killer, but I can't call him Killer Mike. I watch a lot of what he has done in the community and how he was saying, certain developers, they go in with a plan for the entire neighborhood. They buy up blocks. That way, people of their likeness, that all of their kids go to school together and they all do, they think about the entire neighborhood when they go in and buy. And he said that was something that he wanted to do. Think about the entire neighborhood so that people that move into there, they look like them. They're going to school with each other, all of those things. That's important. And it's 2025 and we should know how to do this by now. You know what I'm saying? So good for them. Heavenly is not running against Phaedra at all. She is, she said that's what she's interested in doing. That's her next step. Let's see. I worked at a larger newspaper. I can't say the name. Okay, skin color does matter. Being Black in America. I'm with you, Queen. I pray that judge loses many nights of sleep. We'll see, child. Sometimes these people, they're just very much used to doing certain things. But anyway, the best television show in the world that would explain all of this to y'all, if you've never seen it, is The Wire. It is one of the best shows I have ever seen. And again, if I didn't work in politics for 9 years, if I didn't work in politics for 9 years and I was just and I had seen The Wire, I just would have thought it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, oh, this is entertaining. But I think the guy who actually wrote that show worked at the Baltimore Sun. He was actually a newspaper writer, and he said, I remember those neighborhoods. I remember that they were affluent, middle class Black families, and he watched them, you know, go drug ridden, and all the kids that would get, you know, caught up. And he said, I was following these families. I was following the children because I wrote for the paper, and I knew what was going on in and you know, with the politics. And he ended up writing the show. Best show on Best show ever. Best show ever. If you have an opportunity to watch it, if you have a stomach for it, it literally shows how those kids became drug dealers and how those neighborhoods got torn down. And it's accurate. You said, baby, if it's like The Wire, it's crazy. The Wire is probably the most accurate depiction of how politics and neighborhoods work. It is the most accurate depiction of how people get paid off. There's a lot of people that are dirty. Just know that. The states is where people need to be elected in our politics to protect the community. I live in Michigan. I was thinking about running. Go ahead. Go ahead, child. We need good people doing what they're supposed to do. We need people who know how to get up and talk. We need people who are not afraid to call a thing a thing. Politics is not nice. It is not polite. It is none of those things. It is cutthroat. It requires somebody who gets it. It requires foots on necks, okay? People are wheeling and dealing over you all the time. There were two women, one 17 years old and a veteran, who claimed, oh, wow, a case is pending in a California court. Okay. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. So these two people who have been fighting, T.I. and Tiny, I believe, have been fighting for 2, maybe 3 years in court prior to actually winning the $71 million judgment. They just had it all snatched from them yesterday. Got it snatched by a major corporation, because that is what the fight has been about for a long time. Corporations, whoever voted them to be seen as people, and now corporations who have way more money than us, way more influence than us, because, you know, they lobby and petition and all the things. They're able to have a situation like this happen, right? So they can steal from any of us. And people get online all the time and give away ideas all the time. And next thing you know, something you've said or done is in a movie or on a t-shirt, and you have no recourse. Think about that. But yeah. But that's it, y'all. I just wanted to share that little bit of tea. We shall see what happens next. I hope that the money doesn't run out for them, okay, that they're still able to fight. But imagine how they must feel today having someone kick the wind out of them, because that's what it would feel like. Someone kick the wind out of you. Imagine all the things that they've already, you know, started moving, expecting that check to come, and it didn't come. So just like that, gone. Just like that, okay? But y'all, I appreciate you for coming over and hanging out with me this afternoon. Let me put my photo back up. For coming over and hanging out with me this afternoon, child. We shall see what happens next, but make sure y'all talk about this and pay attention to what's going on in the world, because it's not what we think. We believe that there's all these checks and balances, but The checks and balances are going away. In Washington, they just gutted the State Department. They're laying people off. Yep. They got the green light from who? The Supreme Court. Yep. They're going away. But anyways, you guys, let me put this up. Y'all already know what to do. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. Hit the like button, share the video. Make sure you're following me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Okay, I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll check you on the next one. Bye-bye.